All right, folks, welcome back to the Steve Malzberg Show. Earlier today, NBC News Universal made a big deal. They were dropping Donald Trump because of the remarks he made about immigration and Mexicans, etc. Oh, NBC Universal dumping Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump later today said, wait a minute, I very matter-of-factly, when addressing this, I told them that I couldn't continue The Apprentice because I'm running for president. And I heard commentators on various networks say, nah, that's not true. Yeah, sure, he's turning it around to make it look like no, that's not true. Well, it is true because last week, J.D. Hayworth, our own J.D. Hayworth, sat down with Donald Trump, and here's what Donald Trump said last week, the end of last week, before today, and before NBC said, we're dropping Donald Trump. Watch.
I love what I do. I would just assume continue. I have a great show that's been renewed. I'm the only one that they renew The Apprentice. They renewed it. I mean, officially, you know that better than I do. They officially renewed it. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. And Mark Burnett actually called me and said, I can't believe you're not taking a renewal. Everybody takes a renewal. Very few shows are renewed. It's hard to get a renewal. He said, you have a major renewal for many, many shows and you're not taking it. I said, that's right. We have to make our country great again. I know politicians, they're not going to do it. I can do it.
So Trump is telling the truth. Now, more of that exclusive interview tonight on Newsmax television with J.D. Hayworth and Donald Trump, 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you are watching. Hank Sheinkopf, president of Sheinkopf Communications, Democratic political consultant, Newsmax contributor. He's watching. Welcome, sir. Always good to see you.
It's a pleasure to see you.
So they made a big to-do that NBC Universal dropped Trump, and it turned out Trump dropped them.
Well, you may not agree with what Donald Trump has to say, but it's an extraordinary act of courage to say, I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to say what I want, and I'll pay the price. So here's a guy who's paying the price for saying what he wants.
Yeah, but also he knew he had to leave The Apprentice and NBC if he was running for president.
Right.
All right, and so he gave that up.
Smart footwork on his part, dumb footwork by everybody else for challenging the authenticity of what he had to say.
All right, the Supreme Court decisions. You have people like John Kasich, on the gay marriage specifically, you have people like John Kasich saying, take a deep breath, which is a Hillary expression. I don't know why Republicans use it. Live with it.
Sure.
Let's move on. It's the law. But you have others like Huckabee and Jindal and Santorum and Rand Paul, others saying, no, there's ways around this. We got to fight this. If you just live with it, then you got to accept that for Roe v. Wade and Obamacare decisions. And I mean, I don't understand live with it. How does this decision affect the presidential race going forward?
Well, contrary to what people may believe, when the Supreme Court rules, we tend to follow it. It's called one nation, one Supreme Court, one this, one that. How does it impact the Republicans? South Carolina likely becomes more important than ever. If the evangelicals turn out in numbers, they'll elect one of the guys who's opposed all these decisions, and they'll pick him, and the end result will be Hillary will be the president. Simple.
Oh, you mean in the primary?
Correct.
They'll pick a conservative.
They'll pick somebody who's way far to the right, and that'll be the end of it. And just got to buy the inauguration tickets for Hillary Clinton right now.
By the inauguration. So this is going to have big ramifications.
It could have major ramifications. The other alternative is to say, wait a second, that's the way it is. Let's get a Republican in office. Maybe they can turn some of this around. That's the rational argument.
Right.
But people will say, they'll come with the most nitwit arguments and say, well, no. Supreme Court has already made these decisions. This is the law of the land. That's it.
Yeah, but so was Roe v. Wade. And
Roe v.
a
Wade
majority of Americans are against it or wanted either abortion abolished.
Late-term abortion is absolutely something most Americans oppose. The Supreme Court also ruled today, I believe, or the U.S. Appeals Court ruled on the Texas abortion clinics and ruled that they must be kept open.
Yes.
So that's.
Well, I don't know about that. If that was today, I know they had the.
Am I wrong?
They had the EPA decision today, and I know the Texas affirmative action they're going to readdress with this woman and white woman who's gotten kept out of a university.
But the good news or bad news, depending where you stand on the spectrum, is that this is a Republican-dominated court. Okay.
Right. Well.
And most of the people are appointed by Republicans.
But that doesn't.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that they're acting like Republicans or conservatives.
It doesn't matter. They were appointed. You can't have it both ways. The Republicans did this, and now you have one nation under God, which is very unusual.
What about religious liberty, though?
That's a different issue, and that has yet to be decided. Is a clergyman allowed to say no?
Well, it was addressed by Kennedy, who implied that certainly he is allowed to say no.
There is no question. Justice Kennedy was very clear. The clergyman is allowed to make those decisions himself, as he ought to be.
Yeah, I agree with you, but they're coming for that, and then they say they're pushing polygamy, and there's no end once you get the ball rolling.
Once the slope slips, it's slippery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get that argument.
Yeah.
But you know what? Not necessarily the case. We are a nation under law, and we are going to follow likely what the Supreme Court decides we have so far.
Christie, tomorrow, not coming out, but he's running for president. He's going to announce that he's running at a high school that he went to, along with one of the key players in the Bridgegate scandal who went to that high school as well. So is that smart politically? Because like I'm talking about it now, you're talking about Bridgegate. I talked about it earlier in the show. What, should he have picked a different venue?
No, he should pick a different office. You know, like retiring, being the principal of a school would be good because he ain't going to be the president of the United States. That's not going to happen.
He has no path to the nomination as far as you could see?
It's hard to see a path to the nomination. I'm the big tough guy from New Jersey. By the way, I had a scandal, so what? I mean, his public opinion numbers within the state of New Jersey are so good that if you had that as a restaurant rating, you'd be out of business. They'd be burning it. An arsonist would come in to collect the fire insurance. What are we talking about?
All right, Iran. On a very serious note here, we got 30 seconds. Deadline's been pushed. I mean, it's just a matter of capitulation.
We have idiots running the government who actually believe that when someone tells you they want to kill you, they don't mean it. What they're really saying is, let's sit down and have lunch. No, when someone wants to kill you, they don't want to feed you. They want to kill you. These guys in Iran have told you, we intend to kill you. You were the big Satan. These guys say, nah, it's not true. Someone hates you. Ah, no, it's not true. But it is true. They are going to kill you, and it's only a matter of time.
And on that note, thanks, Sheinkopf, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. All right, folks, political reporter for the International Business Times, Andrew Perez, will join us next. But first, Newsmax wants to send one lucky couple on a 7-day Silver Sea cruise to the Caribbean this winter. It's a luxury cruise aboard the Silver Wind, and it is the trip of a lifetime. To win, you need to enter our sweepstakes. Visit newsmax.com/sweepstakes. That's newsmax.com/sweepstakes. I see Hank is writing it down already. Good luck, folks.